Welcome back. Thank you for coming. I hope it's been fun so far for you as it's been for me. I'm working on the platform, doing a bunch of stuff, getting a lot of thoughts out. And today I wanted to talk about doing things, getting things done, starting things, being uncomfortable, getting into your uncomfort zone. I think that it's super important to be able to make yourself uncomfortable. That's where all the magic happens. And so a lot of people ask me, how did you get into cybersecurity? How did you become a programmer? How did, right? And I take it in stride because, if I had a PhD, people probably wouldn't be like, how did? They'd be like, oh, he had a PhD, right? So I kind of take it as they're asking because they're genuinely curious as to what was my methodology to be able to get to the next step, whatever step that was for me. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you just like I always tell everybody. I just do shit. I like to just do shit. I'm not afraid of learning stuff. I like learning things on the fly. I'm very, very handsy, right? So I like to do things. I'm not very. I'm not keen in theory. Uh, I'm not highly theoretical, and that allows me in a society where we're at right now, where hackers are out doing things nonstop. Uh, I kind of just fit the current mode of what hackers do. And so you're probably thinking like, okay, well, still, like, well, what exactly do you mean do? I mean, like, literally just that. How about this? I challenge you, and this is my challenge to you. Go home, get on Twitter, get on Facebook, get on Instagram, find an influencer in your community, right? And I'm going to speak directly to cyber right now because cybersecurity is my industry. That's what I like to do, right? Um, Go follow somebody like Jason Street. Go follow somebody like El Cantaro. They do shit. They go out, they do engagements, they go out, they do, classes. El Cantaro actually makes things, right? And he even live streams. It's all about doing shit, right? Like when I met El Cantaro, and I'm hoping I'm saying his names right, in person, like the very first thing he said to me was just like, keep doing shit, because I just blurted everything that I've been working on to him. He's just like, do more shit, build shit, keep going, right? And that's something that I want to be able to take from someone who's at a level in which I want to be, and even just give that to you as someone who's entering this space, be it as a programmer, as a systems administrator, as a security person, as a college graduate. Hell, security is everybody's job, right? But as someone who's coming in and is the next wave, or even somebody who's looking to restructure or rebrand or get themselves to that next level, it's all about doing things. What are people at that next level already doing? What can you do to mimic that? So what's interesting is you'll find many people out there that do what you want to do. They would have already done the legwork and the hard work for you. So really what it comes down to is figuring out how to put your own spin on what the path that was already paved for you, right? So like streaming. Streaming is something that I've been wanting to do. I've been talking to my lady about it. I've been talking to my mom about it. I talked about it. And it wasn't until I had a bro like Tom Lawrence who had the studio with the cool LED lights and the cool camera with the cool setup where I could actually see it being done. And once I was able to see that, I went, wow, okay. Well, maybe I get a couple servers. Maybe I get some cool lights. Maybe I get a cool camera. I have things to say, right? And he encourages that, and he's helpful in that. And it wasn't until I opened up my mouth and asked for help did I get it, right? And so I think that there's something extremely special about just going out, doing stuff, showing people the initiative, and being able to get to that next level. It's just super, super important. And you're probably wondering, okay, what is this up here on the screen? If you know me, I love YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. This is one of my favorite YouTubers. His name is Brap Vlogs, right? Brap, in his hand right now, well, before I click the button, was holding a coupon code, a gift card of some sort, with that he scratches off, and he, in the middle of a video, just shows it, right? Brap probably got that from somewhere else, or he's the originator, but you will see it because I'll try and do it. Hell, I'll give you Xbox credits. I'll give you PlayStation credits or whatever credits if you watch my content and make it to the middle of it, right? So a person like me who's a doer, I see that. I want to do it because I know that it works. It's a conversion tool, right? So like as someone who's looking to transform their entire life and go from someone who's just a student into someone who's a professional. What professionals out there? What are they doing? How do they dress? How do they talk? Where do they frequent? Right? Not saying that you have to tailor your entire life to it, but you should have a firm understanding of it and be able to accept pieces of it that you are willing to accept and be able to change and mold and grow to be able to get to the next level. Right? So a lot of your changing, molding, and growing is going to take you actually going to go do something, experimenting with something. So like, you know, for me, the way that I started in this industry is very non-traditional. I have a high school diploma. I wasn't extremely like book smart. I didn't like school. I would learn all the lesson in class, not go home, do the homework, and then go take the test and pass the test. I was one of those kind of kids, right? But when it came down to doing things with my hands, like engineering and technical stuff, I excelled. And so it was at the point in which my counselor recognized that and made half of my schedule all just hands-on engineering types of tasks. Did I actually gain some kind of traction and interest in going to school enough for me to balance the other part of school so that I could enjoy the hands-on technical part? And in that, I became the president of my engineering academy. Those steps, the actual doing, right? The me going from not really wanting to do my homework, not really caring about school, to my counselor seeing that, understanding that I like to actually use my hands, proactively putting me in contact with those teachers, letting me foster that relationship and getting me in that academy, him doing that was allowing me to be able to grow. And now I'm doing things for other people to be able to grow, right? And so doing doesn't always have to be just for you, right? Doing can be accepting what's been done for you and leveraging that into doing for others. So just continue to think positive, continue to work hard, go out and actually do the things that you want to do. If you want to start a YouTube, fire up your YouTube. You already got a Google. I'm sure you already got a Google. Then you already have a YouTube. Start producing some content. You want it to look all cool and stuff? Go look it up. It's available. I use Streamlabs, OBS. It's very open. Go look at Tom's blogs. He does blogs about how to get all of this stuff started. He does blogs on exactly how to set up a studio for you to be all of the tools. He does a studio tour. I'll put the links in the description for you, right? So it's all about actually taking that information that you're going to gain from not only this video, but any video that I will send you and videos for you to be able to get started on YouTube or go and just learn something, right? Anything that you go out and learn, right? It's still going to take you going to apply it. You're going to have to do it. And it's going to suck sometimes. You aren't going to be extremely good at your first chance. You aren't going to hit a home run your first time at bat. Hell, you might not hit a home run your 10th time at bat. You have to get used to being uncomfortable. You have to get used to failure. Accept failure as a part of the journey, as a part of doing, right? The moment that you're able to say, okay, fail. What does fail really mean? Failure is just a road, a pit stop on a road, right? It's I need to stop to go get a bottle of water, or I need to go hit the head, right? I gotta use the restroom for all of you people out there that probably aren't Midwestern like me. I got all these cool lingos. It comes down to being able to take a bit of information and be able to have a vision and be able to realize that on that path to your vision, nothing is static. Everything is dynamic, and failure is a constant, right? And once you get over some of those initial failures, right? How many times do you think I tried to vlog? Right? How many times did I try and start a blog? How many times did I try and brand a company? Right? It takes time and time and time again. And it's almost kind of insane. Shout out to my boy Coral Fowler, Dennis. You'll hear Denny always say, man, I'm crazy. I be up all night working on this. I get up, go to work, come back home, spend all night working on this. It's like I might not be making no money right now, but hey, I got to do it right now. And that kind of attitude is the kind of attitude that makes the difference between a 100 millionaire and a billionaire. Because you might make $100 million in your life. You might become extremely wealthy if that's your measurement of success. But then there's somebody out there that went and got more than you. Why? Because they went and did more than you. Not necessarily, but if you would have did more, could you be there? It's all about doing. For me to be able to get into cybersecurity, I had to go take a lot of different types of positions, jobs, right? I went to go be a front-end developer. I went to go be a back-end developer. I was a full-stack engineer. I was a staff engineer. I was a cloud engineer. I was been a DevOps engineer, right? So I've a Linux systems administrator. So I've had all of these variety of jobs, exposed to Red Hat Linux, exposed to CentOS, exposed to all the Debian flavors, right? The strategies that come along with backing up these, the thought patterns along how to administer and what the patching of normal systems in production are like compared to other environments such as staging and dev, right? And then being a developer, working in those environments, actually trying to get my things from dev to staging and from staging to prod, and understanding the pipeline that comes along with that, and the testing that goes into it, and the product management side, the deadlines, the managing the sprint. I guess what I'm getting at here is I had to do a whole lot of different jobs, a whole lot of different things for me to be able to say, oh, okay, when I land in your environment, I'm going to go look for your Jenkins server and your Ansible server. And I know that Jenkins has 5 vulnerabilities that just came out in 2019 that you're probably not patched for, right? And I know that you probably have access keys to your AWS, DigitalOcean, GCP, wherever environments that you're using, or even your on-prem environments. Right. And I know I could probably laterally move because you're deploying from your Jenkins. Right. And I know you don't have logging set up. And if you do have logging set up, I could go find where that logging is. What it really comes down to is being able to be in a position where you're learning a lot of things, where you're doing a lot of things, you're being exposed to a lot of things. That's what's going to get you to that next level. I knew I wanted to be in cybersecurity a very, very long time before I got into cybersecurity. It took a very long, grueling path. I could have just gone to college, but I took a very long, grueling path. But with my grueling and long path and my overly doing things, I feel confident in most environments. I know how to fail, and I know how to fail fast, right? Because there's a difference between failing and failing fast. Right. And I have a forward thinking, a forward thought, right? Like I think forward. I don't care about what's already the stuff that's happening. The things that are coming out of my mouth right now, I already thought about all day long. I'm already thinking about what I want to do in my live stream. So do. Not saying that I'm perfect. Not saying that Tom Lawrence is perfect. Not saying that El Cantaro is perfect. But they're doing. Is that something that you want to do? Do you want to be a doer? If you want to be a doer, there's nothing stopping you from doing it but yourself. You might not have all the tools you need. Well, go acquire the tools. It might take you 3-4 years for you to be able to do the thing that you want to be able to do. But are you doing something in that 3 or 4 years to be able to attain the things for you to be able to do ultimately what it is that you want to do? If so, then you've been doing things and you're going to be able to hit your goal because you have a plan, a vision, you understand the failures that come along with those, and you're doing to be able to get to that, right? I don't think that people realize success is nothing but a journey, but you have to do stuff on that journey to even reach success. So I challenge you to do. Go do. Enjoy the doing, but do. Until next time, hopefully you check out my live stream. Till next time, peace.